Imagine sitting in a crowded room where every single person is frantically performing, shouting to be heard, and desperately clawing for attention, while you sit entirely motionless in the center of the storm. Your heart beats at a steady, calm rhythm, untouched by the chaotic noise swirling around your space. You do not argue, you do not try to fit in, and you refuse to participate in the endless race for social validation. What happens next is not merely a social win, it is the total collapse of the room's collective need to control you. Society teaches us that to matter, we must be loud, agreeable, and constantly visible, but masters of deep psychological presence know that true dominance belongs exclusively to the person who refuses to perform. This is not about being shy, this is about the art of total non-performance, a psychological shield used by history's most sovereign figures to navigate chaotic social systems without ever being touched by them. Welcome back to What Else Official. Today we are exploring why your constant need to be seen is the invisible trap that keeps you a slave to your environment and how disappearing into your own center grants you absolute freedom. Why are human beings so terrified of being invisible? From the moment we step into society, we are conditioned to believe that silence equals irrelevance. Someone ignores us and we overcompensate, a room grows quiet and we rush to fill the void, a trend emerges and we adopt it instantly. We are like actors on a permanent stage, reciting lines written by a crowd that doesn't even know our real names. The manipulator's greatest weapon isn't their authority, it's your desperate need for their applause. If they know you cannot bear being unnoticed, they own every single move you make. But what happens when you walk off the stage entirely? What happens when the spotlight hits you and finds an absolute void? This is where true psychological independence begins. It is the profound peace of no longer caring who agrees with you. It is the unshakable calm of letting others misunderstand you without offering a single word of defense. Have you ever felt that intense, burning urge to correct someone who was wrong about you in public? That itch is your ego begging for a master. In this deep dive, we are going to teach you how to starve that ego until your internal peace becomes completely independent of external noise. We are going to look at the psychology of non-engagement, showing how a total refusal to participate in petty social games creates a gravitational pull that quietly draws respect from everyone around you. We will show you why the most powerful person in any room is never the one juggling for the spotlight, but the one who is completely at peace watching from the shadows. In the coming chapters of this exploration, we will break down the mechanics of radical detachment and why high-value individuals use selective absence as an ultimate filter for their energy. We will examine the physiological shift that happens when you stop draining your battery on things that do not matter and start guarding your presence like a rare treasure. Are you ready to stop performing? Are you ready to see what happens when you stop fighting for a seat at tables built to manipulate you? The quiet is waiting and your true awakening starts right now. What else are they hiding in the noise of modern culture? Let's find out together as we descend into the art of total non-performance. Prepare yourself, because once you experience the power of standing completely outside the system, you can never go back to being an actor in their play again. To understand the power of non-performance, we must first understand the economics of modern attention. Every toxic environment, every energy vampire, and every social structure operates as an attention economy. They do not just want your compliance, they want your cognitive bandwidth. They are constantly flashing bright lights, manufacturing faux crises, and casting hooks, waiting for you to take the bait, bite down, and start thrashing in the water. That reaction is their profit. It is how they feed on your energy and keep you tethered to their matrix. If they can make you argue, they can make you care. If they can make you care, they have successfully hijacked your nervous system. The moment you begin fighting back on their terms, you have already accepted their rules for the game. You have validated their circus. But the art of non-performance completely flips the script by abolishing the game entirely. It is the ultimate refusal to step into the ring. When you provide zero cognitive friction, the attention predator begins to starve. They throw tantrums, they escalate their tactics, and they try louder provocations, expecting the usual frantic dance, but instead they find a brick wall of absolute indifference. This creates a massive psychological meltdown in the attacker because their entire identity relies on feedback loops. When you break the loop by doing nothing, their brain short-circuits. They expose their desperation to the entire room while you remain the calm, untouched observer of their unraveling. Think of the psychological armor of radical detachment. It is a state designed to make your inner world completely inaccessible to external weather. No emotional spikes, no frantic defenses, no predictable triggers. By becoming a fortress of quiet focus, you vanish from the radar of people who thrive on chaos. This is not about running away, it's about becoming completely immune. When a manipulative system tries to map your vulnerabilities, they look for your outrage, your pride, or your need for justice. Mastering non-performance means training your nervous system to stay rooted in absolute neutrality, no matter how hard the wind blows. You might see the manipulation happening right in front of you, but inside, you treat it like weather passing over a mountain. This untouchable distance creates an aura of quiet authority. People instinctively respect what they cannot rattle. This silence acts as a natural filter, weeding out everyone who wants to use you while attracting those who value peace. High-value individuals use this naturally because they know that true power never has to announce itself. They know that in any chaotic room, the person who refuses to drop down to the level of the noise is the one who quietly commands the entire space. We are going to show you how to apply this to institutional pressure, toxic professional environments, and the endless digital distractions demanding your soul. The quiet space is not empty, it is where your real power accumulates. Are you ready to see how reality straightens itself out when you stop trying to wrestle with pigs and simply step out of the mud? What else are they concealing behind their frantic demands for your participation? Now that you understand the mechanics of non-performance, you must conquer the final frontier, which is the silence of the internal narrative. The most dangerous trap you will ever face is not set by the world outside, but by the conditioned voice inside your own mind telling you that you must always defend your honor, explain your choices, and prove your worth. When you master the art of total non-performance, you are not just winning a social dynamic, you are winning the war for your own peace of mind. You are training your brain to realize that other people's opinions, projections, and manufactured emergencies have zero authority over your reality. Their chaos is their property, not yours. Their judgment is a reflection of their internal cage, never a measure of your freedom. By refusing to engage with low-vibration static, you reclaim massive reservoirs of vital energy that you used to spill on things that never mattered. You transform into an unbreakable pillar of calm in a world addicted to panic. This is the true hallmark of a high-value individual, the radical capacity to remain entirely sovereign regardless of what is happening around you. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the absolute master of your own focus. You see the traps being laid, you see the emotional hooks flying through the air, and you simply look the other way because your attention is too valuable to waste. The world will constantly try to drag you back into the arena, engineering new ways to make you loud, reactive, and compliant. But your eyes are open now. You know that your quiet is your sanctuary and your non-participation is your supreme weapon. You have learned that the ultimate defeat for a system built on drama is a population that simply refuses to play. You are now the unshakable variable that disrupts their entire machinery. What else could they possibly do to control you once you stop caring about their approval? The power has entirely shifted and it belongs to your stillness. This is What Else Official, forging an unstoppable community of sovereign minds who refuse to be baited, refuse to perform, and refuse to live by anyone else's script. If this deep dive into the psychology of non-performance has shifted your paradigm, you are exactly where you belong. But this journey into the shadows only deepens from here. We want to hear from your perspective. Have you ever completely detached from a toxic drama and watched the entire system collapse under its own weight? Have you ever felt that incredible surge of freedom when you realized you didn't have to fight back to win? Drop your story in the comments below. Your breakthrough might be the exact catalyst someone else needs to break their chains. We read every single insight, and your experiences build the foundation of this community. If you found deep value in this exploration, hit the like button right now to tell the algorithm that true sovereignty matters and needs to reach those trapped in the noise. Make sure you are subscribed to What Else Official with all notifications turned on, because our next deep dive goes even further into the architecture of the human mind. Do not miss the next revelation. Join us, stay anchored, and remember that the most powerful thing you can do when the world demands your chaos is to give it absolute silence. What else are they hiding from you behind the noise? We are going to uncover it together. See you in the next one. Stay still, stay sovereign, stay silent.